Filmmaking sometimes seems so expensive and unavailable that you think, oh, only those who have money, only professionals can do all of it, but in fact, there are certain techniques and tricks that we can use and that can really make your videos better. That's what we're talking about today, and so, let's go! Hi, my name is Arthur, this is the Movavi vlog, and today we're talking about specifically 5 filmmaking techniques. And the first one is about lighting, to be more precise, color lighting. In movies it's used all the time. You will find at least one scene in almost every movie where color lighting is used to add colors to the background or some other details. Bright examples are films as John Wick or Blade Runner, where just in nearly every scene there's color lighting. But it doesn't have to be that extreme. It can be a regular scene and the color may be used to create a color contrast. For example, as it's now in this particular scene, the skin is orange, the background is blue, a good color contrast. This color lighting can be done with really expensive tools. There are expensive lights that cost outrageous price, but fortunately there are manufacturers who make it affordable for you and me. And believe me, in ordinary videos, even on YouTube, this light can be used all the time and it definitely makes our videos better. This small light will cost you about $100, which doesn't sound very cheap, but believe me, it's worth it and pays off very quickly. Behind my back there's this light hanging right now. It illuminates the shelf with this blue color. This is a light from YC Onion. It's a Chinese manufacturer, but that's absolutely not the point. The point is in its functionality, and there's more than enough. If you buy several lights, you can pair units together to create a whole chain of this RGB light, but forget about this. The coolest thing, in my opinion, is built-in magnets there. Just for this reason, the light is now attached to this shelf. And it's very handy. Slap it onto any metal surface and you're good to go. If you want to shoot a person who, for example, is watching TV, although there is no TV there, turn on this mode and it feels like he's watching TV. And you can use the basic white color, which is available here as cold, white, and warm. All of these are smoothly controlled with a slider, and in color lighting, you can adjust the hue, saturation, and also the brightness of the whole light in general. And we can adjust these settings right on the light itself or via the app, which is very useful. This video is not sponsored by YC Onion because there are a lot of others on the market. For example, there is Aputure MC, a well-known brand. This one is also magnetic, also RGB, similar functionality, just a different manufacturer. Or for example, Greenbean Smart LED 152 RGB, almost the same as the Aputure light, but different manufacturer again. And if you're looking for intuitive software and effects to make your videos with, I have some great news for you. Movavi Halloween sale is underway, so you have a chance to get the best from Movavi at great prices. There are plenty of sale options, but I recommend you take a closer look at Video Suite plus Pickverse software bundle and a bunch of special Halloween effect sets. Movavi Video Suite 2022 is a recently released content creation platform that combines video editing, screen recording, and video conversion tools in one place to help creators in a wide variety of YouTube niches save time making their videos from scratch. Pickverse is an intuitive photo editing app that will help you retouch your photos in a few clicks, and the best thing about it is that once installed, the app will become a part of Video Suite, and I'm sure the effects will make a great addition to your Halloween videos. This offer is time limited, so hurry up to hit the link below to discover all the special deals Movavi has to offer, and feel free to share the link with your friends. The second technique is a rule of 6 created by Walter March. Walter March is an American director, and before we get to that, I want to go through some of the basics of editing because it's very important. You may have heard about the Kuleshov effect. The Kuleshov effect is that we see in the first shot a person's face, some emotion, possibly no emotion, then there is another shot, food for example, then his emotion again, then another shot, nature for instance, and then his emotion again. And the bottom line is that we see the same emotion of a person, but when we see the assembly of shots, it causes different emotions for us. As Alfred Hitchcock once said, it is wrong to call it cutting in editing. It is more correct to call it assembly of shots in editing. Because we don't just cut the shots, we combine shots that live in one bundle with each other. And we can't just take and pull one shot out of this bundle. At least in the correct version, it should be exactly like this. The simplest example, we shoot the emotion of some person, then we shoot what he is looking at, then his emotion again. It's a combination of shots and we can't just cut out what he's looking at. Otherwise, we won't understand what it is and it won't make any sense. And the editing of any video should be one big combination of shots where you can't just cut something out. Otherwise, it becomes boring and there's no point. And in order to understand more precisely whether you have the right combination of shots or the wrong one, Walter March created 6 rules that boil things down to a checkbox. You should check off all these boxes, or at least if you have the first 3 checks, then you're doing everything right. According to March, first one is emotion. You look at your combination of shots and ask the question, does it carry the correct emotion for the film or scene when you move from one shot to another? If the answer is yes, we move on. The second checkbox is story. Each shot in this combination should have a relationship to the story you're trying to tell. What does this cut gives us about our story? If some shot is irrelevant, just remove it. The third check is the rhythm, literally music of your video. For example, if you're filming a dynamic scene, some kind of action, then you should make a fast cut. If the same fast cut is in a tense dialogue, then it will feel wrong and will not cause the right emotion. And there will be no proper connection to the story. Therefore, these 3 checkboxes are so completely connected that without all of those being met, you will ruin all the edit. The next technique is related to light or shaping the light. The light can be easily shaped with the fog in the shot. For example, Spielberg is just a fan of this effect. In many shots, even where the haze is not needed or should not be there at all, it's still there, but it looks really cool, creates depth, we actually see the ray passing through the room. And to create this effect, you can either use a smoke machine, but the smoke machine is large, it is uncomfortable to carry, it needs to be warmed up before use, it's not always suitable. So they came up with a special aerosol that creates the haze. And that's what it's called, atmosphere aerosol. One spray will cost you about $12, but there's a lot of this haze in it and it lasts a pretty good amount of time. It shapes the light in a really cinematic way and creates a great atmosphere. It's absolute must-have for anything you shoot, music videos, commercials, short films, anything indeed. A very useful filmmaking technique which will definitely make your videos better. The next filmmaking technique that will make any of your videos better is camera angle. Let's quickly go through the main camera angles. The first one is the bird's eye view, so it's a wide view of what is happening on the ground, a straight top-down shot. After that, a similar angle is overhead. We're still right above the subject but closer to the subject. Next comes the high angle. We shift from being directly overhead to a little above the character. This angle is used to show the weakness of the character, or maybe he's under pressure or maybe depressed, and to emphasize this, the high angle is used. Opposite of that, we have the low angle. On the contrary, it pushes the idea of strength, the dominance of the character, his advantage over the others. The fifth angle is the Dutch angle, where horizon is a bit off. And no, it's not a mistake as some people may think, it can be used in some cases to stylize or emphasize a certain emotion. We may get the feeling that something is going wrong while watching the scene, or the character may be in doubt of something. And the last one is the POV, or point of view. Not necessarily with the GoPro to show what the character is actually seeing from their eyes, you can just show it from their point of view, as obvious as it sounds. It has now become very popular with the release of GoPro. And these are all the main angles without going into details for you to keep in mind. The fifth and the final technique is slow motion. Slow motion is used all the time for a reason, and without one, it can easily make something epic even if in life it's not that epic. It can create tension, and also you can pretend to be Zack Snyder and make 10% of your movie in slow motion because you can. That's exactly what he did in his Justice League film. And I often notice how wrong beginners use slow motion in their videos. This is why we're talking about it now. First, remember that if you shoot at 24, 25 or 30 frames per second, do not try to slow it down, because otherwise it will look like a slideshow, and in order to slow them down even a little bit, you will have to use complicated plugins in complicated programs, but not everyone needs it. For this reason, to make a basic slow-mo video, you need to shoot at least 50 frames per second. You can also go with 60 frames per second, but before you choose this, there is more. You have to decide at what frame rate you shoot your main video, which is not slow-mo, 24, 25 or 30 frames per second. When you have decided this frame rate, you need to match these frames with your frames after you slow the video down. Let's say you shoot at 24 frames per second, and to slow it down twice, you need to shoot at 60 frames per second and set the speed to 40%, or you shoot shoot at 25 frames per second, then you should go with 50 frames per second and set the speed to 50%. And it will be exactly 2 times slower because 50 divided by 2 we get 25. And similarly, if the main video is 30 frames per second, you shoot 60, slow down twice to 50% and you get 30 frames. This is the simplest without diving into. Also, be careful with a higher frame rate in smaller cameras. Smartphones now have this feature. The iPhone shoots at 120 to 240 frames per second, but the quality of these videos on small cameras is just terrible. This can only be used in some cases when there's good lighting, but in most cases it's more like a gimmick. And in professional work, I would not use it. But now almost all cameras can shoot at least at 50 frames per second with good quality. There's no loss, so just go and use it. Also, go ahead and check out these videos if you want to find out more stuff. Also, smash the like button if this video was helpful to you, and see you in the next video.